Someone please tell Tony Khan that every match does not have to be 20 to 30 minutes long or an hour long, and that we need 4 to 5 hours of wrestling. It's just not necessary.
I mean, I told him that the last PLE that ended at midnight that we can't keep doing this.
We cannot keep doing this, man.
This ended at, bro, it's 12:35.
And like I was saying during the show, and I feel like most people would only look forward really to the Darby and Moxley match, which was a good match. I feel like it was a bit underwhelming. A bit, I kind of expected a bit more, but it was a good match.
I'm kind of glad they didn't do more. I was really worried about what these two would do to each other. I felt it was pretty mild. I mean, they did attempt to drown each other.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's one. But
I feel like at the least I was expecting flaming tables and stuff or something of that nature. But
I mean, we did get a taser and we got the lighter fluid.
But besides that, we'll talk more about that match once we get to it. But starting from the top, Jet Speed versus FTR. I didn't care about this match. We're not going to talk much about it probably. I will say that I did like that the show started mid-match. I feel like that was kind of unique. Like just right in the middle of the match, the show starts. I kind of wish more wrestling shows started that way. I feel like I've never seen a show start like that, so that was pretty cool. Hit that like button and subscribe to the Crips of Wrestling Federation, brother.
Was it the pre-show? Like the pre-show just ran long and then...
That's what it was. Like at first I thought it was intentional, but after the match they were like, oh, our pre-show ran long, so it wasn't on purpose. But I will say it was cool though for the show to start that way.
Well, and also we did have to watch like half of the match and a meaningless tag match.
Yeah, it still was kind of long though to start.
But it could have been even longer.
Yeah,
so it was a win-win. Who won that match?
I believe it was FTR.
Oh yeah,
FTR won. I didn't care. It was for nothing. We've been over a lot on this channel. FTR sucks. Nothing much more to say about that. So next up, and this was really the first match of the show, but because that started, it became the second. So Jamie versus Teeka, I think is how you say it.
Teeka.
But not much opinion on this match. And they shouted out Charlie Thez, the wife of Lou Thez, which is very random. Which we just found out a couple of months ago about Lou Thez. Like, oh, that's where the move Lou Thez Press comes from.
Lou Thez Press.
So that was pretty cool. But this was just kind of random, shouting out his wife, and
it was more than shouting out. I mean, they gave her an interview. Tony Schiavone was like, "Hey, it's Lou Thez Press' wife," and then she was like, "It's great to be here in St. Louis." And then Jamie Hayter came out and gave her a hug. I mean, she was involved in the match.
She might as well have took some moves or did a move. Like that's what we thought was going to happen.
Going to get involved.
Yeah. So
what was the point of?
I guess just a shout out, just paying homage. Like I guess because it's the closest thing to Lou Thez, then that's kind of they just decided to do that.
I respect you, Lou Thez Press's wife. I like this match. I like Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, I think she's pretty good. I don't care as much about Teeka. I think her whole gimmick's that she's supposed to be a spider.
She did the Bray Wyatt thing.
That's part of it too, but I guess that's supposed to be spider-like. But you just think of Bray Wyatt,
and then she immediately lost. Like she did it, and then she lost like 5 seconds later. So it was. Is that paying homage?
I don't think it's. I think it's supposed to be her own thing.
It's her own thing.
But it was an okay match. I will say, her.
Well, how does that work? How you can't do like the John Cena "you can't see me" thing, and then say, "Well, it's my own thing."
No. I see that. I mean, I can see it more with her though, because I can see that I can see how that can connect to something different.
Or like raise your eyebrow, and then it's my own thing. No, it's the people's eyebrow.
But yeah, it was an okay match. I will say, what's the name? Teeka, she does the Black Widow way better than AJ Lee.
Oh yeah,
way more muscle.
Oh
and everything.
Man, it was like night and day.
And Jamie had cakes. That was the first note I took. Jamie had cake. That was about.
I took note of that last Wednesday. I did the AEW.
Yeah. Any more comments on that?
I think I'm a little higher on Teeka than I don't think that's her name, but Teeka, I think I'm a little higher on her than you. She could be a solid mid card. This division needs all of the talent that they can.
Yeah, get. Not that she's bad. Like she's not a bad wrestler at all. But just nothing really that special, I think.
Yeah, I don't think she's any different from like Athena.
Yeah, I see that. I feel like they're about the same level.
I think she's a little more believable than Athena. So, Who won that match? Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter. Yeah. So that was an okay opener, if you want to call it technically the opener. All right, and then another note I made during the match: everybody has a lariat finisher, and then
buckshot, lariat, short arm, lariat, the lariat.
Like you have Okada with his lariat, you have Hangman with his lariat, and then now you have Jamie Hayter. So many people have a lariat finisher,
which is just a clothesline.
Just a clothesline. Especially with her, it's not even like, at least with Okada and with Hangman, they're like flinging off the ropes. Or actually, not Okada.
No, I think Okada's is the worst.
Yeah, but at least Hangman would just go off the rope and stuff, but it's literally just the Irish whip into a clothesline.
Hangman's is the most impressive. I mean, it deserves to be a finisher. And the way he does it, too, I think he does it better than, like, Logan Paul. I think Hangman's is way better. But, yeah, Okada's is just a clothesline.
I think Logan Paul, I think his is not really his fault. I think it's just because he's so lanky that he can't really do it. Because he's a really athletic guy, honestly. Like,
yeah, he should be doing it.
Otherwise, besides that, but I think he's so lanky, it's hard for him to like make it look smooth.
You can't be skinny and have a clothesline be
your finisher.
Yeah. Like JBL is like a big, I don't know, plunk. Is that the word? Like he's, like it looks like a clothesline would hurt, but
it just kind of looks awkward when he does it because he's just so lanky and slender that he can't really do it smoothly. But I feel like Hangman is just at the right size to make it look effective, and it'll look smooth.
And he comes off the rope smoothly.
Yeah,
too. Like he has that perfect blend of he's kind of aerodynamic, but he's also muscular, so it looks like the clothesline has impact.
Yep. So overall, and then my next question was foot under the rope. So what was it? I think the match ended and the ref counted, or no, the ref kept the match going because somebody's foot was under the rope. So I'm kind of confused now with this rule. Either your foot has to be on the rope or your foot can be under the rope. Because in NXT, they count it by you just being under the rope. That it's a rope break. So which one is it?
I mean, it could just be two different companies.
I know, but I feel
interpretations of the rule.
I feel like it's always been a consistent thing. Like you have to put your foot on the rope. Even in WWE, like I feel like it's always been you put your foot on the rope.
I remember, I can't remember exactly because it's fucking 1 a.m. in the morning. But like back in the day, they did have angles where a guy's foot would be like Stone Cold and Kurt Angle. I could be wrong about this, but I believe in their feud, Stone Cold's foot was under the rope, but Kurt Angle had pinned him. And he won the title, but they reversed it either that night or the next night because his foot was under the rope. So I think they do it, but
I think it's inconsistent.
Yeah,
like, they'll go back and forth
if it's in the storyline.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't mention it.
So that was about it. That was an okay opener. And then I want to say after that, that's just kind of when the show just kept going downhill for me. It just got longer, just more matches you don't care about, more false finishers, more kickouts. Like, oh, how'd he kick out of that?
That's all it is.
That's all AEW PLEs are. It's just them being surprised by people kicking out.
Which is not at all surprising.
Because people kick out of everything. It's how many spots you can do, how long you can prolong a match. Every match is the same.
How many kicks you can, how many pile drivers you can no sell and then turn into a kick of some sort.
Like how many sequences, and
then the other person can no sell and then they can do moves. And then you can hit a clothesline together to do a double down.
And it's cool. And these guys are great. Like they're talented wrestlers. Like I'm not trying to hate. I want AEW to succeed. There's stuff I like about AEW, but to just have the same match and just overdo it every single time
for 4.5 hours,
it's and I love a great match. I love a great match like as much as the next person, but not everything has to be this 5-star classic. It's like they try to make everything to appease Dave Meltzer. Everything is meant to be this 5-star classic. It doesn't have to be. It's fine to have a squash match. It's fine to have
a 12-minute match.
A 12-minute, 10-minute match.
An 8-minute match.
And I enjoyed, we'll get to that too. I enjoyed, what's his name?
A 3-minute match.
3-minute match.
3-minute warning.
But I enjoyed the Kyle Fletcher and, I'm forgetting his name, but I enjoyed that match. But it didn't have to be that long.
Should have been half of the time.
Yeah, 10 minutes, like you said, 10 minutes. But next after that was the Young Bucks versus Luchasaurus.
Did not care one bit.
Jack Perry, I didn't care
I
at
went
all.
and smoked. No, I went to the dispensary and then I smoked. Like this again, just like I said in the review, this is pointless nonsense. And it was for fake money, for monopoly money.
It was at least for Arab money. Arab money.
No, it wasn't the Saudi money. It's Tony Khan's money. Are they Saudis? The Khans aren't Saudis.
No. It should at least be for the Arab money. But again, it's just for it's for imaginary money. It's for nothing.
No, it should be for the Arab money. Like it should be the storyline should have been it was for like a contract with the Saudis. Like an oil contract with the Saudis. Instead of just an abstract $500,000, they should have tied it to real world.
And I want to say, like, the Young Bucks, amazing wrestlers. Really, I know there's a lot of people that are great wrestlers, but they do really stick out with their moves, their chemistry and stuff.
I think they are.
But I just couldn't be bothered to care for this match.
It's just another...
Especially with Jack Perry. Like, I wrote down, like, he doesn't look like a wrestler. I wrote...
He looks like he works at the dispensary I got the weed from today. That's what he looks like.
So at this point, the show was really... Even though I said the last match was decent, at this point, the show was really like 0 for 3 for me as far as hooking me in. And I also wrote down AEW commentary is just lifeless, awful.
I made the point that it's like 3 Michael Coles, and you made the point that it's actually worse because Michael Cole actually has emotion sometimes. He will emote. Be like, oh, vintage Seth Rollins. He has catchphrases. While AEW, they literally just say what's happening. And they take it so serious. Like, there's actual analysis of, like, the pit.
It's like they take it way too serious.
Like, it's fake. It's not real. This is a fake sport.
And I get, you should, as a commentator, you should be pretending it's real. You should be in on the act. But wrestling is too goofy to take it this serious.
It's like, oh, he hooked it so deep, what the fuck was his name? Mark Brisco. He has to kick out. He has to use more energy. It's like, shut up. No, he doesn't.
It's extremely nerdy. It takes itself too seriously.
It's like, yeah, I mean, they treat it like this is actual.
Like, the way he cinches in that headlock, it's hard, to get enough free room to counter it. Like, we don't need all that.
That's why I think I'm in hell, because like WWE, they don't give a damn about kayfabe anymore. They will come out and say that this is a scripted show. In AEW, it's the complete opposite. There's like no room for the fiction abstract world to exist. It's like, no, this is he literally hooked his leg deeper. So Mark Briscoe had to kick out. So he has less energy now. Like, as if Mark Briscoe has an energy bar above his head. It's like, what are you guys doing?
So, and I was saying too, just going from listening to Booker T on NXT, even listening to Wade Barrett, you mentioned, like, who try to add some energy to the show, and then getting to this, and like you said, 3 Michael Coles, it's a downgrade.
Even Joe Tessitore will sometimes have more emotion.
Joe Tessitore is at this level. I think he's about if he would fit right in.
Maybe,
with AEW
it's 3 Joe Tessitores.
He'd fit right in. But but besides that, I believe Luchasaurus and Perry won. Who cares? They won for fake money.
I don't even think they care.
So moving on.
They probably, all these people are just collecting a check. They're just spending Tony Khan's money.
Who was just spending his dad's money. So moving on. So next after that was Hurt Biz versus Ricochet. I guess it's kind of like his bloodline.
That's what I say.
And the Ricochet bloodline. At this point, this probably was like the only hit of the show for me, which it wasn't this amazing match, but I decently enjoyed it. I know you said they've been replaying this match lately all over Dynamite. I just haven't been seeing Dynamite, but I didn't mind this. I like the Hurt Business. I like Ricochet. Hurt Business came out with the dub here. One of my comments was just what happened to the MJF and my Hurt Business storyline. That was their best storyline.
They just blew it up.
And I don't know why they jobbed out the Hurt Business to Brody King. I don't get that. but I'm not Tony Khan. So
Brutal. I didn't watch this match either. I was still having my smoke break, but I did see a highlight on Reddit
yeah,
of Shelton Benjamin doing a suplex to somebody to the outside and then doing a dive to the outside. That was pretty cool.
it was cool to see MVPs balling again. Balling. So that was pretty cool. And
it's just more 40 and 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
For me, like, I feel like once they dropped the MJF stuff, it's like, okay, this group is kind of just, what are they doing now?
Like, I still like them, but you just got to put them in go back to the storyline that was good. Like, just don't have them off doing nothing. Like, I agree with you about the 40-year-olds thing. I do feel like the Hurt Syndicate is kind of an exception because I still think, well, not really MVP, but I still think Lashley and Shelton move good for their age and they still look believable. But just put them back in the storyline that was good. Just don't job them out to an inferior team.
I mean, I think that I would consider this doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they could be doing something more than this. But hey, I'm not Tony Khan. I don't control it. We're just giving you what happened, watching, and that's what it is.
It's not my money. It's Tony Khan's dad's money. So,
now up to Brisco versus Fletcher. What'd you think of this match?
I did enjoy this match. Ironically, for the work rate, I thought that, like, that's the thing about AEW. They do have really good matches. Like, they have great matches. Honestly, the in-ring stuff, but they oversaturate it, I think, with the episodes, the weekly episodes, and on the PLEs, like, just match after match after match. Like, you have to let it breathe. You have to give the audience time to start craving a match. Like, this came immediately after the last match. So there's no time to really process what you just saw. But since I didn't see the last match, then I really enjoyed this. I don't care for Mark Briscoe, but Kyle Fletcher grew on me a little bit. I can see what they see in him.
I kind of see it too. I think they're seeing, a poor man's 09 Orton.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm seeing. But to me, I don't think he was ever bad. It's like you said, it's those hot pink tights that he was wearing.
They were awful.
That is awful, awful look. And there's nothing wrong with pink attire, but when you're trying to put on this serious, like, stoic wrestler, it just doesn't work.
Imagine if Brock Lesnar came out in pink tights.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like, what?
It works better, like, say, if what's a goofy comedy character? I don't know
Tozawa.
if you're Santino, Tozawa, or something.
Even like a Seth Rollins could. Ricky Saints.
Well, he'd happily wear that. Seth Rollins.
Surprised he has. He probably has already, but yeah, I despise the pink tights. I thought it, like, devalued his character. Like, several points. If each character is on a scale of 1 to 10, I thought that it made Kyle Fletcher like a 2. Like, he wasn't viable as a.
I think that literally just the pink tights, I think, is what put him down.
He literally was not viable as like even in the mid card.
He went up like 5 points just by wearing black tights.
And now he's like, okay, this guy could be like, yeah, like.
And then thus, during this match, that's when I wrote my note. As I said at the beginning of this video, Tony Khan, not every match has to be 20 to 30 minutes.
I think this one was 30 minutes.
I think this might have been 20 minutes. I think this may have been 20 minutes, but Briscoe gets jobbed out some more. Not mad at the result. Fletcher is a better talent. I think Briscoe is pretty over though. With the crowd. Like, I like Mark Briscoe. Would be nice to see him win some matches. I feel like he hasn't won a single match.
I've never seen him win a match. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how is he even getting these matches? Because he's never won anything. He keeps losing and then going and competing for the title below the, like,
It's like Rocket League where you derank. Like, you lose enough matches, enough games, and you just derank. That's Mark Briscoe.
Eventually, he's gonna be fighting Mercedes Moné and jobbing.
He probably would job. He'll join, the guys that hold all the belts for her. He'd like job, and then he'd be a part of that, just holding her belt.
That's about as close as he'd get to it.
All right, so next, and this here, well, it didn't really infuriate me. It just came close to it. This here just kind of infuriated me some. Tony versus Statlander.
I mean, like I said in the review, I don't know what they see in Chris Statlander. But this is like you have Stone Cold during the Attitude Era, and then you job him out to the Big Boss Man. Like, why? Why would you job Stone Cold out to the Big Boss Man?
Literally, there's no reason to. Or it's like if you job, let's say you job John Cena out to, well, even though I guess you could say they kind of hinted it could happen, but if you job him out to Rusev or something, even though Rusev, I guess,
I think Rusev was a bigger deal.
way bigger deal than Statlander. But
I think the Big Boss Man example is a way, because like Chris Statlander, but she also beat Jade Cargill. Like they think very highly of Chris Statlander.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see the pops. I mean, I kind of get it a little bit. I know she's big. I know she kind of she's not a bad wrestler. I guess they see her kind of as like a giant. It's like you were saying during the match, and I agree with you. You would just rather have Raquel Rodriguez. You would rather have Lash Legend. There's like 20, 30 different women.
Literally, I could name 30 different women.
In NXT, the WWE that are better than Chris.
I think I'd rather have Kalani Jordan.
Kalani Jordan?
Yeah.
I think that might be about equal.
That's the line.
That might be about equal right there. I'd rather have Roxanne Perez.
I'd rather.
But it's just
that's the line. Actually, is Roxanne Perez, but
it's just not special. And just for her to beat her, it didn't even feel like Tony gave much of a fight. It just kind of abruptly ended, just one finisher. Crazy for this company because all it is kickouts, but abruptly just Tony gets jobbed out.
No. Okay, so in the previous match, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. Kyle Fletcher hits the last ride and the Batista bomb, and Mark Briscoe kicks out at 2. And then Mark Briscoe later in the match hits 3, basically frog splash, elbow drops.
And he contorts his body and he cocks back his elbow during the elbow drop.
Like one should be the finish. I mean, he hits 3 and there's a kick out at 2. And then what ends the match? What was the finish of the match?
I can't remember. I know that actually during the end of the match, I know he kept doing finishers to Mark and he just wouldn't go away. So it was kind of like making Mark defiant. It's like he'd do a powerbomb kick out. Then he got frustrated, threw him into the turnbuckle, just kept hitting him with stuff. And eventually he got the 1, 2, 3. But I forgot what he did specifically.
The finish should have been the last ride. The last Batista bomb. That should be the name of the move.
So, in my notes too, I was asking during the match, okay, why are they burying Tony? Tony's face paint, I don't know why she keeps putting on that face.
Please stop putting that up. Tony Storm, if you're listening to this, if you take anything from this podcast, or Tony Khan, if you're listening and you take anything from this podcast, do not let Tony Storm wear that face paint.
Every time I see it, I'm just waiting the whole match just for it to come off.
It is awful.
Even though this was one of her better times, I'll admit this. At least there was more definition around the eyes. I think that made it a bit better. So it wasn't like her worst face paint. Because before, I think it was just pure white.
It's like, okay, because for women, like blending makeup is an art form. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if you ask me to put makeup on somebody, it would look like what it looks like on Tony Storm because I don't know how to do that. So like whoever's doing it doesn't know what they're doing.
We were theorizing the first time that like someone messed up her makeup. And then they just went ahead, okay, let's just make it all white.
There was no, they just ran out of time before the match. It's like, shit.
But also during this, I was like, okay, why are Willow and Mina never featured? Which Mina actually did get featured after this match. And a little bit of fantasy booking here. Instead of Statlander in that Fatal 4-Way, I would have preferred the Fatal 4-Way just be like Tony versus Mina versus Mercedes versus Willow. Because to me, those are all four the best women they have.
Well, why do they keep Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné away from each other? That should be their Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
They should be constantly interacting. They don't have to feud all the time, but they should be in each other's orbits and somehow. Like, they should be having feuds that intercept with one another's feuds. So they're always in the same kind of... Like, they're doing completely separate things right now. And they both suck. It's both pointless. Why wouldn't you put your two biggest draws in the same universe and have them?
And my thing with the Fatal 4-Way too is there could have been friction too. You could have created some friction between Mina and Tony Storm. Maybe there's some friction in their lesbian relationship whatever they're
Or
doing.
just Tony Storm is in all of these different lesbian
Yeah,
relationships.
yeah. And then you could build some friction, like maybe Mercedes pins Tony Storm, and then that can build on a story there. Like, well, Storm or Mercedes, well, you never pinned me 1-on-1, and then it could be a dramatic finish tonight. Okay, Mercedes beats her again clean, and you can build off of that. Like this should be literally like you said, the Rock and Stone Cold. So I don't know why they're wasting time on Chris Statlander.
Why give it to the big boss man? You have the Rock and Stone Cold, and you give the title to the big boss man. Tony Khan. No, the problem is this man is a nepto baby. He doesn't have any actual business sense like acumen. He's just spending his dad's money.
He doesn't know wrestling. He just knows 5-star matches. Like he doesn't actually know the psychology of wrestling, like when to push,
who to push,
like the most talented, the most over. It's just like, oh, let me just put out great matches.
4.5 hours.
I think that's how he thinks. Like, oh well, if I put out great matches, it's fine.
But it's not fine. Like, does he not have anybody to tell him like the ratings are falling?
Well, everyone's working for him.
You got 300,000.
So of course Tony lost. And then we end up with Mina versus Mercedes, which I was happy to see Mina. I feel like I don't see her a lot on AEW. Maybe I just don't watch enough. Or just she's just
You definitely don't watch enough. Like, how often do you watch AEW?
I feel like I watch it a decent amount. Like I feel like I watch it every other week. But maybe just the times I watch she's not there. Apparently she won the ROH championship. I didn't know
when did that happen. Yeah,
I don't know when that happened.
I guess on ROH.
In my eyes, she should have beat Mercedes because Mercedes doesn't need all these titles, but that's what happens.
They need to just get rid of all of these promotions. Like ROH, CMLL, whatever. Like, there's way too many promotions. There's way too many wrestlers. Like, it's just oversaturated. Just get rid of them. Everybody shouldn't have a job in wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, well, the ROH is staying in business somehow.
Like 11 titles. There's 11 wrestling promotions out there that exist and have championships and contracts with AEW. How's there that much demand for wrestling?
Crazy.
But only 500,000 people watch AEW. How does that make sense?
And in that case, only maybe 10K are watching ROH.
That's what I'm saying. If we had a wrestling universe on WWE 2K25, we could draw 10,000 people a week. We could draw as much as some of these promotions at AEW.
Really, YouTubers,
they do draw that.
The great one draws more than ROH.
Bobby Monsoon draws more than ROH. Why doesn't Bobby Monsoon have a TV deal?
But besides that, in my notes, I was just like, okay, Mina and Tony deserve better, obviously. And then they had a segment later in the night where, they're just both losers. Like, oh, we lost everything.
And we lost each other.
And they were like, but we have each other. So just insane booking of of Tony and Mina, in my opinion. Basically, they're Rhea and Io.
Basically, yeah, but they lose.
I don't know who copied who. I kind of want to say that they WWE copied first because I think AEW was doing this first, but besides the point, they deserve better.
Yeah, they're Rhea and Io, but they lose all they do is lose now. They're jobbers. Tony Storm is a jobber. Crazy for
Statlander.
Lost clean
for Chris Statlander. So next up was Brody King. I think that's his name. Brody King versus Okada and Teeka. Forgive me if I botched that. So Brody King sucks. That's in my notes. The first thing in my notes. I don't know why. Instant channel changer for me. And I don't care who won. I'm guessing Brody King won. I think I heard his music. Who cares?
This was another smoke break for me. So
apparently the Hurt Business jobbed out to these guys, and I don't get it. So, but moving on.
I mean, they're pushing Brody King and Bandito, just thrown together random tag team. But not maybe Tony Khan has CTE.
he's on. I'm not gonna say he's on crack. That's a. If I say he's on crack, y'all, I'm joking. I'm not making actual accusations. You know, I want AEW to succeed. I want him to do well. This is all constructive criticism.
Maybe he's sober, and that's the problem. He doesn't do any drugs.
No, he's just stuck in his again. Like he just thinks about wrestling as far as 5-star matches. That's what he thinks about.
Like that's why I think he has to just be sober. Like he has to just live like a CM Punk lifestyle. He's a vegetarian. He drinks filtered water. Like he just lives this very sheltered, safe life. So he thinks that this is good.
And to some people, it is. To some people,
300,000.
To again the specific to the niche sickos, as he calls it. This is good. And again, I like a great match. I enjoy a great match, but there has to be more story, and not everything has to be this athletic display. 30-minute athletic display is just not needed every time.
I think if you took the TV deal away from AEW, they wouldn't have a fan base anymore. Like they wouldn't be able to sell out shows. They wouldn't have PLEs that people buy. I think the TV deal is artificially boosting up their popularity by a lot.
I think I kind of disagree because their fan base is so hardcore. Again, it's niche. It's really niche wrestling, and they're kind of booked as like, okay, they're really like the hub of indie wrestling. So I kind of feel like they still would keep a fan base, albeit.
How are there all these other promotions that are indie promotions that they're?
But they're kind of like the hub of it all. It's kind of like what NXT used to be, NXT Black and Gold. That's what AEW is now. So if you want a hub of like all the great indie wrestlers, then AEW is your spot. I guess it's the biggest indie promotion there is, in a sense. So what was next? Samoa Joe, Hangman, didn't care because it was 11:30 a.m. I said Hangman is the Cowboy Cody Rhodes, which actually Blaze said that first. Crimson Blaze said, you said that first. He's the Cowboy Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes with a cowboy hat and cowboy boots.
But
he's a little better than Cody.
Yeah, I think so too. I just didn't care. I was initially invested on that first night where they were building the feud, but I don't know. I think I would have cared more. It's just this show is just going on so long, and everything. Again, everything is obligated to be 30 minutes long. It's hard to be interested in anything.
I didn't care about this feud. This was just a throwaway. They needed something because everybody's hurt. Ospreay's hurt. Swerve is hurt. All the good people are hurt.
Pretty much, like everybody that's good is just either not on the show or they're hurt.
So they just needed somebody, and Samoa Joe is going to retire soon. So
if anybody, they should have gave it to, what's his name? His tag partner, Powerhouse. It should have been Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't know why they wouldn't. He was fighting Moxley before Powerhouse. Like Powerhouse was fighting Moxley before, so he should have been the challenger in my eyes. But I don't book this. We can't control it. It's in the hands of the con man. So main event.
He didn't con me. I didn't pick this.
Main event: Darby versus Moxley. Biggest question between me and Blaze: is somebody gonna die? That was our biggest question in this match.
And they did tease that several times.
So I thought it was a pretty good match. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty mild for what the worst case scenario could have been. I didn't really care for the water and the wet ring and like the glass and
that was weird to look at.
Yeah.
Wet ring, glass, wet glass. I
don't really think water and wrestling go together. Just like pie or cake and stuff like that. Like when it gets on the ring, it just looks disgusting. Like it just, I don't know. But it was fine. I mean, it's what you expect.
Yeah, cool to see Sting back. I will say
I forgot that even happened. I forgot Sting even came back.
I found it funny that he just carried me. What's her name? Mina Shafir. He didn't even attack her. He just carried her away from the ring. It's fun. I find Mina funny because she just she effectively does nothing, or she just does like the smallest things.
The chokes, low blows.
Chokes, low blows, getting a weapon from
Just
Moxley.
very basic wrestling emotes. Just like doesn't cut promo. Does she cut promos?
No, she'll just ad lib for Moxley.
Just a hype man.
She just basically like
no, they should just call her Europe.
Like China, Europe.
Instead of China, it's just Europe.
If it was like a basketball player stat line,
Europa.
Basketball player stat line: 100 chokeholds, 200 times getting a weapon from Moxley, 300 times low blowing the opponent, 400 times angrily staring, a menacing stare. That's
walking slowly, like she's the Undertaker.
And I just want to say too, Moxley absolutely really carries AEW. Whenever I watch a pay-per-view, really the only two matches to look forward to are a Moxley match or a Tony match. So he really carries this company.
They always lose.
And they do always well Tony now
recently
always loses.
Yeah. Well, first they always won, and now they always lose. Maybe Tony's gonna join the Death Riders. And that's where this is going.
So I did find it weird too. Really, at the very start of the match, there was already blood. I feel it just immediately started there was blood, but pretty good match. A bit underwhelming from how it was hyped. Like I really was expecting like flaming tables and stuff of that nature or a spiked bat. So I kind of feel it which I'm kind of glad it didn't deliver. I
was expecting a gun.
Yeah, because I'm kind of glad, but from what they've been showing us before, I thought this would have went just overboard. But pretty good closer, and as a whole, I don't know really what I want to rate this show. What would you rate it?
I'd give it a 4.
I'm thinking a 4 too. Yeah, maybe a 3 to a 4. A lot of this, I'm not trying to hate y'all. I just want to keep saying I'm not trying to hate. A lot of this, I was just bored out of my mind. Really, it's every match is the same. They got to change it up, man.
It's every match is the same formulaic nonsense.
They really had to change it up.
Literally right down to the point where they no-sell each other's finishers and then do a bunch of kicks and then the double down. It happens every match. And I don't know. It just seems like this is for nerds. Like, no offense. That's really like I consider myself a nerdy person, but this is like for nerds.
And you know what? In a sense, because we have a whole channel dedicated, we are wrestling
nerds, and this is too much for us.
Like, I'm a wrestling nerd, but I'm honest that a lot of people don't want to see this.
Like, this is crazy. I don't want to be up till me. No, imagine if you had like a wife and kids, a family, a job, or whatever. You were expected to dedicate your entire Saturday evening going into Sunday morning watching this, and it's not even good. It's some nonsense. The stars jobbed again. Stone Cold lost to the Big Boss Man. Like, what are we supposed to say? You can call me a hater. I don't care. Like I said, the people that are haters are the people that watched AEW at first, and then they stopped watching it. They literally hated it enough to stop watching it. And we're trying to give it a chance.
I want it to do well. I really want to have a great alternative to WWE. I want AEW to get like 5 million views. I want AEW on top of the world. But they can't get there.
It's never gonna happen.
They can't get there booking like this.
Like, I don't want to continue watching this, bro. Like,
you can't get there booking 2 hours of Brody King and FTR.
Is it gonna be like this? Happen. Is it gonna be like this for the next 8 weeks? The next 60 days?
Yes.
And so, see, like, I look forward to this less than Raw and SmackDown. I look forward to Dynamite less than this. Less than Raw.
I feel like it's kind of a toss-up. There's weeks where I like Dynamite more. There are weeks where I like, it a bit more. It just depends on the week. I still stick by really that SmackDown is the worst wrestling show on television. I still stick with, even though occasionally Dynamite could be worse. And I guess I had to count Collision. So I think I'll say Collision. Collision's the worst. Yeah, Collision's the worst. But SmackDown is really like the worst serious show. Because in a sense, I don't think they take Collision that serious.
It seems like they do. They advertise it. They advertise Collision all over Dynamite.
But isn't it just it's just 1 hour and a bunch of filler matches?
That's
I don't
all
think,
that's all that Dynamite is.
but because it's 1 hour, I feel like it's not as serious. Like I feel like it's kind of like their main event or something. But well, anything else?
Absolutely not. I never want to talk about this again.
Well, it's been the Crimson Brothers AEW Dream WrestleDream review. Peace out. For more of the Crimson Brothers, follow the Crimson Wrestling Federation today. I'm commentator Havoc, the voice of the Crimson Wrestling Federation. And you can see the calls I've made in the Crimson Wrestling Federation, in the comic Crimson Wrestling Game, Story of Malice, in the description below.